Vici. It's game number 3. This is do or die time. Win and you move on. Lose and you've taken 4th place at a pretty difficult event, but not what either team is looking for. So we're getting to this game. We'll get into the draft and we'll see where it goes. This has been a fun one. Game 1 going the way of EHOME. Game 2 going the way of Vici. And we'll see where the bands lie and what we'll see in terms of drafts from both these teams. Wisp Omni from EHOME. Venge Doom from Vici. Where do we go from here, Mo? Where do we go?
Good question. The big thing for me so far, the only hero that hasn't been banned out that got banned out first 2 games is Bloodseeker. So Vici have first pick for the first time this series, and they instantly take the SAPPHIRE themselves, which is exactly what EHOME did. This is an instant repeat from last game. The teams are just swapped around.
Yeah. Man, Void for a 3rd straight game. That's uncommon. But there's the Bloodseeker. So,
This is their bread and butter on Vici. They love this hero so much right now, and for good reason.
Do they usually pair it with the Tiny?
Don't know. They have played it before, I'm pretty sure.
A Tiny Bloodseeker, Rupture Toss.
Earth Spirit's the other one that people like to play with that hero, because you have the kick on the Rupture as well, and the lane's really good, because for some reason Boulder Smash is a 60% movement speed slow, so it just allows the Blood right to hit every single time. I'd love to see if they pick Magnus here still on eHome, because it's available, or if it gets ignored again.
Yeah, I would be a little bit surprised back-to-back games after being 100%. I would love to see the Tiny Mid Earth Spirit 4 and just the alley-oop Rupture Toss into a kick. Like, come on. That is a symphony of skills right there.
Or you get a Morphling on your team with Tiny, and you get 3 toss charges on the Tiny, and they just start playing badminton with each other.
Gosh. Well, they go Witch Doctor. So this is a combo we used to see. Obviously, it's been nerfed since the Death Ward doesn't work in the Chrono. How long ago was that?
Oh, I have no idea. I still do it in my pubs all the time whenever I play Witch Doctor. Just shove it in and hope for the best, even though it doesn't work. It's awful. Yeah, I think for them it's more about... Obviously it pairs up well with the Void for the Chrono. But for them, I think it's about being able to deal with the Bloodseeker in the laning stage. And Witch Doctor is one of those heroes that has the strongest laning stages right now. Because you can have this really aggressive potential with the Maledict, but you also have the really defensive capability in the lane if you need it with the heal. We've seen people take it at level 1, at level 2 sometimes as well. Obviously not both of those, but yeah, I like the Switch Doctor pick. I think X7 has played it relatively well. My only problem is I don't think it stops Bloodseeker at all in the mid game, which is a big problem. And I think, this Void, though, obviously still a really strong hero right now, so I don't think you can ever count that hero out.
It's won both games. So, right?
Yeah, it has, yeah.
Yeah. All right. I don't know why I thought for a second I just forgot my past from the last 2 hours, but let's see. Skywrath Band, that's a good combo with the Void. I'm going to be very shocked if they just both skip the Magnus.
I'd be more shocked this game, than last game. I think it's probably going to get banned out the second phase this time.
There's the Oracle banned, so get rid of that save. Who else do you think you want to ban out in terms of saves like that? Because they've gotten rid of the Oracle, they've gotten rid of the Omni Knight. So let's see.
I think the Oracle is really good in particular this game because of the Face Edict as well against the Witch Doctor, like we talked about with the Snapfire before. So it's not just about general saves. I don't think. I think it's just Oracle in particular is really strong.
We'll say that Oracle really hurt my Techies game the other day. It just takes so long.
I think
to
you hurt
off,
your Techies game more than anybody else in that game.
I got to level 25, man. I couldn't have hurt my Techies game.
It was so funny hearing you scream, "Come on, mines, go!" as they moved slowly towards the enemy team at the end and then did like half their HP, and it was.
Nobody destroyed them. I had mines moving from all over the map, dude, at the end of that game, and none of them were going to make it there very quickly.
Okay, so they banned Zeus, which is obviously something. I think we see this hero banned out so much in the second phase. It's like almost every game, like religiously, just ban out Zeus second phase because you get these big setup abilities in the first phase that get picked, like Void and Mag and like whatever, right? Or like Legion sometimes as well.
He's been banned now 32 times, picked only 6.
Yeah.
That's how much he's getting banned. He has been banned or picked in 88% of these games, which is a lot. Ban the Phoenix, ban the Rubik, get rid of that Phoenix combo, and we'll see what EHOME ban last.
That Rubik ban's really interesting because I think they're basically saying that we want Mag, we're going to take Rubik out, which is the answer to Mag. What are you gonna do about that? And they're Vici like, we'll just ban Phoenix instead, which I think is probably a better ban.
So let's see.
No reserve time left on EHOME, pretty much.
EHOME's. Did they do this last game too? They just didn't have reserve time, or was it Vici?
I think it was Vici, wasn't it? The other game.
Get rid of that Sven.
Wow.
We have not seen that Sven in quite some time, and they go Earthshaker. Whoa.
What?
Okay. Yeah. I mean,
obviously,
yeah, that was what we were all thinking. There's that one guy in chat who's definitely like, dude, I called it, because that's me when I call a pick right from chat.
There's
PYW Windrunner.
I was talking to somebody about this before, this Earthshaker against SAPPHIRE especially, because you have the ability to cancel kisses from a really long range away, which is really valuable, I think. But it's also the fact you have so much more team fight now as well, with like Echo, Chrono. I'd be interested to see what they pick with the Shaker.
Still Magnus?
No, I don't think so. Not anymore.
RP
That would be
Echo Slam?
amazing. But
come on. Get my hopes up.
Wow. So now they have to pick from a carry pool that is good against Batrider on Vici. Or they could pick a position 5 still and put the SAPPHIRE mid. But like Oracle's banned, for example, as well. So maybe like, I mean, the only other 5 that we've seen a lot of is either Omni or Abaddon in the laning stage that's good against Batrider. And Omni Knight's banned, Oracle's banned, so it's only Abaddon left. So I imagine they're more likely to pick a core that's good against Bat in lane rather than a support. PL doesn't look great.
Bring back the Shadow Shaman. Pick that.
What, position 1?
Oh, position 5. I mean, I know he's a 4, but I just want to see Shadow Shaman.
Not good against Batrider, though.
Yeah. I mean, yeah, you're going to give them the Earthshaker. Yeah.
I think they have to do well in... It goes both ways, though. So Morphling Batrider, we've seen this once already this tournament. Was it God King playing the Morphling, I think? Was it yesterday? Against
might have been.
I think it was old 11 Batrider for Vici. Was it Vici versus RNG yesterday? It was, right?
Yeah, it was game 1.
Yeah, so old 11 didn't have a great laning stage on the Batrider last game, but I still feel like that hero does okay against Morphling. But it also depends what the 5 is and everything as well, obviously. So, as the game goes on, this Morphling's going to be really good. But at least they have an answer to it. They have like Echo, they have Lasso, they have Chrono to work with as well. So if you're the Morphling this game, we saw God King go Lincoln's first time to deal with the Lasso, right?
Yeah.
But this game, you're playing against Chrono, which you can't really itemize for, maybe like Aeon Disc. Echo Slam, which you need BKB for, and Lasso, which you need Lincolns for. So how are you going to itemize on this Morphling to like be the most effective this game? It's a question I have for Vici. Or do you just go E-Blade and say, I don't care about any of you?
Basically, I would say that. Ban the Abaddon, ban the Clockwork, Viper, TA getting banned with a mid potentially needed for EHOME. They could always put the Batrider mid, right?
They could do, yeah, I guess so. I hadn't really thought about that. I mean, I think SAPPHIRE probably does okay against Bat, though.
Ooh. So mid Snap. Or, well, maybe even mid Windrunner. I guess there
I think
are
it's going to be
options.
5 Nicks, because I think DY plays that hero. Yeah, I guess it could be mid-Wind Ranger, though. You're right. That sounds pretty good as well, because you have the stun for the Bloodrite on the Nyx. So, like, as long as you hit the stun, then the Bloodrite will hit the Void, and it does a decent amount of damage. I think just the way that Vici have been so far, I imagine it'll probably be Ori on the Snapfire, but who knows?
No, let's take a look.
Let's have a look. Yeah, Ori Snap, and it is DY Nyx. Okay. So they're going to put the Morphling with the Nyx in the lane. So the Nyx is one of these heroes. We talked about supports that do okay against Batrider in lane. It's not amazing in the early levels, but as the game goes on, you obviously have Carapace against Firefly, which is an insane hard counter.
Was it the Nyx we saw in that game, too? Didn't we see this counter, like, 2 days ago, I want to say?
I don't think it was against the Batrider. I think somebody played it pos 4. I can't remember who it was, though. Wasn't it Vici? I think PYW played it, right? It was in the series against RNG. Because they had Omni Knight Nyx support duo.
Yeah. They went Nyx PYW, he went 1, 11, and 17. And they had Offlane Snap, mid Leshrac, 5 Omni, 1 Morphling, 15, 0, and 7 on that Morphling.
So, I want to talk about this pick quickly at the end because we haven't mentioned it yet. This Pugna pick, it's obviously allows them to take towers early on and play tempo, which they kind of lack at the moment, which is really good. It gives them a way of dealing with focus fire on the Wind Ranger because you have Decrypt, keeps people alive. At the same time, though, you have picked it into a Nyx. So if Nyx ever gets points in mana burn this game, Pugna dies so quickly to that spell. It's ridiculous.
Yeah, that's going to be a rough time.
But they have really good heroes to play with it. Like if a Pugna +1 on the map at any point, they should be able to find a kill. Because like Pugna Shaker, it's an insane amount of magic damage to deal. Like Pugna Witch Doctor, you amp up the Maledict damage as well. You obviously have the life drain for Chrono to play with. You have like Lasso plus Pugna is always going to get a kill as well. And XM, we've talked about it, he loves this hero. So he should feel pretty confident, I think, with the Pugna pick, even if it's not perfect.
I'd love to see the Ironwood tree on PYW just start landing shackles. I'm going to keep talking about that until the end of time. But again, that was on LAN, and that was a one-time thing, it felt like. With 7E from Phoenix Gaming.
"30 seconds to battle."
So, you've given up the Earthshaker, but then the Morphling comes out from Vici. What team are you favoring? I mean, obviously not just based on those 2 points, but...
I came into this series saying I thought Vici were the better team. And so I think both these... I don't think the drafts are like massively one-sided either way. So I'm going to go with Vici, I think, just because I said at the start of there I think they were the better team, and I'm going to back myself. It's based on my own arrogance rather than anything normal.
So let's see, S-C backing off the lane for a second. Going to block. Block as early as he can, or he gets the block over mid. And again, it's going to be an interesting matchup for this mid lane. I really do enjoy watching XM Ori. It's one of the more interesting mid matchups that we've seen.
Yeah. Or he starts Bracer as well on the Snapfire. Obviously his way of securing CS.
God, that Scatter West.
Nice stats.
Hurt.
Yes, it does. It's an 80 damage nuke with a point blank range extra damage that comes through. The Chalice's Courier dies really early on. DY also took mana burn at level 1, I don't know if you noticed, which is going to be insanely good against this Batrider in the laning stage. This hero has mana issues anyway, but with the mana burn at level 1... Oh, the Courier bot lane.
Radiant's Courier.
What?
Okay, what?
Not only was it questionable to have vision there, it's also the fact that apparently Shaker's a range hero now. Fair enough.
He hit that from so far away.
Was that Morphling turned into the Shaker or Shaker? Because
I think that was just Monkey King range coming out every now and then for another hero.
Ridiculous.
Okay. 4 stacks.
Oh.
No Firefly commitment.
This Blood Right power shot in the top lane is crazy. There's so much damage. 120 pure plus 150 magical.
Yeah, very, very fun to deal with. That's for sure. 10-2 for
Also-
Oreo over mid to the 6-0 of XM.
Also, can we just say PYW Wind Ranger?
Is always
What a treat that is.
yeah, always a fun time.
PY managed to get a stack off on the small camp. Wow. That's...
Ooh, XM in a lot of trouble. Whew. Just surviving, gets the salve off. Just barely.
Never in doubt.
Decrep saving
It's
his
fine.
life. I don't know. There might have been a little bit of doubt there.
Oh, bot lane.
And they're going to go after this Nyx Assassin. They've got the Fissure to block DY. Firefly used. DY on the run, getting burned up pretty hard. And First Blood is there for Chalice. Nothing Erica can do, but up towards top now. Witch Doctor, he's falling low. X Nova turns and throws the cask out.
What?
Comes back to old 11, the RNG, and the bash. Oh
What was
my
that
god.
cast bounce?
Oh my, and the time walk forward looking for PYW and gets the RNG again. No way. Salve? Okay.
There's no way that cast bounce bounces back to the Bloodseeker like that. That's ridiculous. Insane. I think he dies there on X Nova if that cast bounce doesn't hit the Bloodseeker.
Yeah. Oh my gosh. He's bashing 100% of the time. Somebody lit their candles and did their daily prayers to RNGesus.
They put their
that
socks on
is
the right way
ridiculous.
this morning.
Yeah, because that is ridiculous. I just buy socks that don't have the like gold on them to show if I'm putting them on wrong.
Are fortified.
Put them on right every single time.
Shall we haven't done any chat interaction today because I'm really interested to see which way that people think this is going to go. Because I don't think it's a massively one-sided game. Obviously, Bloodseeker, Old 11's had an insanely good lane, which is why you see everybody ban Bloodseeker against Vici right now. Can we press 1 in chat if we think Vici are going to win, or 2 if we think EHOME are going to win? Because, again, I think this game's super close.
And then 3 if it's going to end up in a draw and both teams go to the lower bracket final.
The lower bracket final, both teams. Just a
Yes.
3-way
2v
Dota
A
map
3-way free-for-all on a new map to be unveiled at TI.
in a week's time with the update.
Yes. Could you imagine? Tournaments just running a 5v5v5.
X Nova, top.
Shackle, Blood Right, Power Shot, X Nova even under the tower with a Voodoo Restoration. No chance he survives there. They'll get a kill up in this top lane. Nyx Assassin down about half health. I think they thought about going.
I'd love to know what skill build DY wants to go for. Because like we said, Mana Burn's really good up against the Pugner, like just in general. Carapace is really good against the Batrider. But obviously maxing stun is like normally what you do on Nyx. In not most games, that's probably not the way of saying it, because I think max Carapace tends to be standard at the moment. Sometimes, some games, just depends.
Are we gonna see Nyx Assassin go to the Meteor Hammer? Can we see that these
Maledict,
days?
top lane, hang on.
Take a look up towards top. Blood Right, Shackle. It connects after the time walk.
Yeah, if they chain the Blood Right with the Shackle though, so the Blood Right hits after the Shackle ends, they have so much like time in which you won't have time walk available. So good jump away by SCCC.
James, meanwhile, he'll rotate towards the mid lane for the 6-minute rune. DY is also here. And it'll be top. It's a haste rune. Spike Carapace, Scatter Blast, as well as the Impale. They get the kill there on a DY with the Nether Blast.
Easy peasy, kills a kill. I feel like Morphling hasn't been punished too much in the spot lane either.
Not really.
He's having a relatively good time, and like now he's level 5, he's so much harder to deal with, like in the laning stage at least, right? He's going for this
again,
Master
Shackle,
Madness.
Blood Right, X Nova, silenced and killed. PYW with another kill. Ooh, Centaur Conqueror. Mini Ravage.
Mid lane, DY again.
Yeah, but kisses are coming out, and there's the long
There's
range
the
stop
Fisher.
of it.
Yeah, that's really cool. I'm glad we get to see it really early on in the game, though, as well. X over TP's mid, refills XM's bottle.
Mm-hmm. One last right click from X Nova as
Dire's
DY
bottom
leaves.
tower is under attack.
Chalice getting close to that 6. He's going boots of travel first. We see this from a lot of Bat Riders. The boots of travel into the Blink Dagger. Shackle doesn't connect on anything, but they've got the Rupture on SCC. Big rotations. Blood right there with Power Shot. Silence in the kill. Get that level 6 before Void can, and all of a sudden, things become very troublesome for this Faceless Void.
Why did I even ever doubt Vici when they have
Dire's
Bloodseeker?
top tower is under attack.
This lane is so strong.
Not even just the Bloodseeker, just PYW Windrunner. Bloodright forces him back into a shackle. That's really well placed. PYW, though, gets hit by a fissure, and Chalice comes over. So PYW will die for his sins. Sins against the dire side.
Yeah, they force rotations now, so, I mean, PYW gives his life away, but Morphling just gets the free farm bot lane now. Because Void TP'd up as well, so now the two cores up in the top lane together are farming, and nobody's pressuring Morph.
Dire's bottom tower is under attack.
Chat interaction, I'm seeing a lot of 1s. Decent amount of 2s.
Dire's
8.
bottom tower is under attack.
Why is there
Couple
a 4
3s.
guy? Come on.
5 4 5 4 6 1 3 2 1. Somebody.
Some guy says
against
have,
the.
some guy says have pretty low faith in
Fire
Snap
Snap
mid.
Cookie.
Oh.
Ori. Aldic doing some work. Shackle comes out, doesn't latch to anything. 3 heroes here. Now
Yes,
Old 11
Kisses
throws down the
still.
Blood Right. They've got SCC also. Double silence. Deters them for a moment. So what did you say one guy said?
I'd say some guy says pretty low faith in Snap mid, but I think I'll say 1. Has this guy been watching China? God. Snap mid's like the staple at the moment.
It's solid. I want to see a different build here and there.
Radiant's middle tower is
You want
under
to see
attack.
MKB rush, I know what you're like.
Radiant
No.
structures are fortified.
Ags first.
Dire's structures
But stop
are
going boots
fortified.
travel Blink Dagger.
Outta here,
Dire's
guys.
top tower is
Making
under
me
attack.
lose my mind.
Oh my god, DY mid almost dies to a Fissure and a Nether Blast.
He's okay. And then Erica just free farming bottom.
Dire's top tower
Mid.
is under attack.
Impale kisses. Fissure's already used, so X Nova dies.
Oh.
And they're gonna shoot out to the side looking for James, and they'll land 4 here. Power shot comes in.
They see him as well with the
Dire's top tower
thirst.
is under attack.
Erica,
Radiant's
he's
middle
ready to
tower
come over
is
and
under
just
attack.
finish off James.
Oh, there's no mana though
Radiant's
for the
middle
waveform.
tower has fallen.
Oh, that's unfortunate.
Dire's top tower is under attack.
Bloodseeker back down to 370.
He has
movement
Atos
speed.
already. Oh god.
Yeah, wow. Brown boots Atos.
I'll take that too.
It's crazy that they just had a 2k lead and they jump back to even all of a sudden like that.
Well, they're thinking out the
know.
void.
And the life drain. And they've got Old 11 now. Radavitos, Blood Right, Silence on the XM. Happily trade his life for a kill for Erica. And then
This is
over
why-
mid X Nova. Cask bounces back again. How many
Ooh.
times?
Power shot misses.
Radiant's
This is why
bottom
Bloodseeker
tower
needs
is under
nerfing.
attack.
Because not only does it do such a huge amount of damage, but it's so tanky as well. Like it's 10 minutes in, all he's done is build an Atos Wraith, so he has good stats. But it's also he has like
Radiant's
11
structures
armor.
are fortified.
Why?
Dire's top tower
crazy.
is under attack.
So they got
much
all
base
4
armor.
bounty
Radiant's
runes, I
bottom
think,
tower is
on
under attack.
EHOME. And that's why that net worth went from 2 to even.
Dire's top
Yep.
tower has fallen.
Just doing the math in my head. Took a while.
Radiant's bottom tower has fallen.
This game is really close. This is what we were really hoping for out of a game 3. And there's the Vendetta from DY. That combo, though, with the Snapfire was looking really good. They get the kill on XM again with the Mortimer's Kisses.
Double death on XM. That feels rough. There's a blink on Chalice.
Ooh, I like this. Blink before boots travel. Blink lasso. He's going to get hit with the blood right. They've got the cast.
What a
shackle. Oh, my God. The shackle comes in. The power shot through. James throws out the fissure. They've got the death ward from X Nova. They get the kill on a DY. Now they look over PYW. Blood right. James, shackle. A little bit late, but they're still looking like they're going to get the kill. Although I say that Echo Slam, Fire Snap Cookie, cast comes in. No follow-up from EHOME on that. Radovato's waveform as well as the right clicks from Erica to get the kill on X Nova. So a lot of bodies thrown from EHOME, but a lot of deaths with those bodies thrown in Vici.
They want the Batrider, but it's a really awkward initiation. Oh, did Radiant Glyph as well to try and keep the creeps alive? Looks like they did. Ooh.
Mask Madness BKB. I guess we'll see how that works for the Faceless Void.
Yeah, he needs BKB this game though, up against like the Morphling burst damage, the Nyx especially as well. And the Snapfire. Yeah. He can't just go MKB this game that we've seen some Voids do.
Fissure, Life Drain. PYW eating the dust real quick.
Easy shackle though. I love that XM's not afraid to just keep fighting all the time, even after like this double death, right? They want to keep playing tempo. They want to fight before the Snapfire gets Ags, when it's like an insane power spike for Vici.
Ooh, switches off the BKB, goes MKB. Interesting.
Really?
Mm-hmm.
I think it's, well, I don't think that's for certain. I think if the game goes at all rough in the next, like, 5 minutes, I think he'll start building BKB.
Morph is going for this Lincoln, so he's not terribly far away from it, but still not too close.
Kisses.
Snapfire. Using those kisses, goes and gets the kill there on X Nova.
Yeah, but X Nova gets the Observer Ward before he dies. Hashtag worth. Lasso top. Bloodseeker.
Now they've caught themselves the Bloodseeker. They've got the Fissure to follow it up. Old 11 burning out thanks to the Firefly. Radovatos on this Batrider. Chalice gets the kill on Old 11. James and Chalice able to retreat successfully. Digs up just a gold.
Yeah, and he goes back to BKB on the Void. Oh, much prefer that.
DY getting caught out. Spike Carapace. Try to survive here.
Yes, Vendetta faded.
And they turn this around
That's
on
the
the
Morph
James.
Shaker. Oh.
Poor Impale from DY there. And they find PYW again. Although he's not dead just yet. X Nova throws a cask out. That's not going to bounce, but uses that Death Ward Fissure from a distance.
I think is PYW dead. It's going to be close. No, he gets to base in time.
There's the Boots Travel. Batrider. Bots Blink finished off.
Chalice is really farmed.
Yeah.
Like, considering how much of a good start to the game this Bloodseeker had, game's still really even. They haven't been able to use this Nyx Assassin as much as I thought they would. Like, I thought they would be making more aggressive plays on the map with him, but I guess now with the Snapfire Ags, this is where they smoke up, and they're going to look to really try and force fights now.
Well, they've got the Nyx Assassin combo, and there's the Echo Slam. Whoa! Blowing up Erica! I think that's the Blink debut. They've got the Silence with the Blood Right. They look over the Earthshaker, and all of a sudden, Old 11's in way too far, but the Spike Carapace comes out, as well as the Double Man Stun. That's from the Gobble Up and the Spit Out. SLC forced the Time Walk back. They still get the kill on Old 11. They look with the Mortimer's Kisses to get the kill on XM, but they lose DY. 3 years dead on the side of Vici.
Still have Chrono.
The Totem now. PYW, he's getting chased. They've got the Lasso all the way over to X Nova. Maledict, Cast, bouncing around. Ori in trouble. Scatterblast thrown. He ends up dead. Looking for the full team white. PYW on the run. James has a fissure available, gets it off. There's the blink as well as the totem. They've got the control. They'll get the kill. Full team wipe for EHOME. And all they lose is XM.
And that was supposed to be their big reveal with the Ags. Like, that was supposed to be the fight that goes their way. But as soon as Morphling goes up, I can't believe that Vici tried to fight anyway. Like, you're already fighting 4 versus 5. I think if you just let the Morphling die there, it could be worse, right? And you still don't give away that Snap has Ags. Mm-hmm. All the ones in chat nervously sweating with me.
Net worth, you could see that Morphling is leading at the moment. And Void not too far behind. Fissure, Blink, Totem now. They've got the control on the old 11 once again. To corruptify another blast with the life drain, and down goes the Bloodseeker for the 4th time.
Radiant's bottom tower is under attack.
This is a bit difficult for Vici coming into these next few minutes.
It's not looking great for them at the moment, especially when they're playing into this Chrono. Mm-hmm. Now, this Morph's just finished Lincoln's now, so the Lasso isn't going to be a massive threat, but like we talked about, there's still the Chrono, there's still the Echo Slam. Spit out.
Up, spit out right on the XM, follow that up with the 2-man impale, lines up
on the Shackle.
XM, now the Shackle, that's in. But behind enemy lines, they've got the time dilation. They look over at Erica, the bash is coming through, but he morphs into the Faceless Void. He looks over and takes out Chalice. 2 heroes dead on the side of EHOME. DY will spend this time to D-ward as Old 11 and Ori. They're going to try and continue to chase SCC. Time walk back.
It's Mask of Madness against Mask of Madness. Oh my god. Yeah, the fact that they kill the Pogler there at the start of the fight is like, it gets rid of so much of the Dire's damage, right?
Is under attack.
So really well played. XM's going to have to be more wary about that in the future, especially now that he's getting to the point where Maliburn's starting to do more damage. Like, as he builds these stats, especially like even, he has like double null Dagon soon, so yeah, going to have to be a little bit worried. They do still have Chrono up though on EHOME.
Gobble up, spit out with this Nyx. We've got the Impale, Blood Right, again. Mortimer's Kisses coming through. Bashes, oh my god, just destroys DY. Rupture used on Chalice. Flame Break trying to get some distance. They're not going to commit, but they've got the Maledict on the Old 11 as well as the Fissure.
Nice cookie.
Maledict.
Does he need to TP away? No, he's fine.
No, he's fine.
He has so much HP regen with the hood. And with the active, obviously, as well, Maledict's not really causing him a problem. That's 2 fights in a row, though, for XM, where he just gets instantly blown up by this Snapfire Axe.
Yeah, he's 5, 5, and 6.
Dire are scanning.
Gotta keep moving while you're farming creep waves now, rather than standing still. Mm-hmm. It's like the dodgeball film. You know, he's like duck and dodge and dive or whatever it is.
Dodge, dip, dive.
Oh, look at it go!
Maybe. I don't know.
Something like that. Oh, look at this Nyx.
Lasso on Ori. Can they get the kill there? They've got the BKB. Popeye SCC moves over, looks over for the Snapfire, gets the kill. They'll at least take one. BKB committed from SCC, so now moves and turns their attention over onto DY. First hit Bash, and the right click's coming through. Bash like crazy. DY dies, 2 heroes dead, and into Roche they go.
We haven't seen a Chrono in ages, but it just doesn't matter. Like, SCC doesn't need to use it at any point. The fights that they won, he didn't use it. The fights that they're losing, he's not using it either. Oh, James is in trouble.
Bloodseeker with 462 movement speed.
They can't finish it off.
Blood Right, Radabatos. Whoa! Chrono, what? SCC trying to finish off the Roche, grabs the H, it's just barely.
But he's shackled up, he's gonna lose
and now he's being saved by XM, but it's not gonna be enough with the Mortimer's Kisses. Okay. Not the worst Chrono, I guess, of all time.
Well, no, he didn't use it on any of his own team, at least.
Secured Roche, man.
But it did secure Roche, but the fact he uses it, it doesn't achieve anything means he then dies anyway, right? So, like, they get the Aegis, but they lose it straight away. Still an okay fight for EHOME. Like, everything kind of resets, right? So, The big thing is they don't have Chrono any to use anymore, though.
Ooh, Void. Impale, Blood Ray have the lasso on Ori. Now the BKB gets popped. They'll look and turn their attention over to the Snapfire. They get the kill on Ori. They'll take out a first on Vici. Now DY in trouble. Spike Carapace runs out, and they take 2. TP from Mode 11, and Echo committed to stop the TP. They will find this Bloodseeker. But there's the silence. Mask of Madness gets popped. Fissure to block, and there's a third.
I think Vici assumed that EHOME would be splitting up because they didn't have Chrono anymore, and all of a sudden they run into this void and they're like, oh yes, he's going to be farming Ancients by himself, and there's just 3 other heroes behind him from like this tier 2 TP play. So really well played by EHOME. Again, like this Morphling's farming really well for Vici, but the Snapfire and the Bloodseeker are starting to fall off massively now. Because they've died, how many times each? Bloodseeker's died 5 times, Snapfire's now died 3 times.
Top tower is under attack.
These 5 deaths on the Bloodseeker especially are really setting him back.
He buys a tome, trying to recover a little bit. And I like the combo from the Sapphire Nyx, but it is all the farm on Morphling at the moment.
When they get the E-Blade though on the Morph, at least they'll have a way of just being able to blow people up at the start of fights. Because at the moment what happens is they use the Gobble Up and Spit Out, and then there's like that delay before they can actually kill somebody. But with the E-Blade, they can try and kill somebody straight away, take the numbers fight, and then like move from target to target. Because I feel like every member of EHOME's team is like a key part to their puzzle. They all play a big role in team fights. So if you can pick one of them off, it might like destabilize the whole thing, right? Which I know sounds like a stupid thing to say, but you should expect that from me by now.
Radiant's bottom
Go for the tier 2 bottom. They've got 4 heroes down here with Batrider still over back at the base. Gobble up. And okay. Never mind.
Radiant's bottom tower is under attack.
Wasn't hungry. $4K lead. Now everybody's here. Smoke up from EHOME. Positioning, breaks the smoke. They've got the lasso on a PYW. The BKB gets popped. They've got the blood right down, as well as the Fissure hitting on a 2. DY and PYW both fall. EHOME come out with 2 kills there, and probably this tier 2 tower.
Yeah, I mean, this Batrider just has BKB now as well. He has so much net worth for a Batrider. Position 3. Like, he has the same as XM on the Pugner. He's only a little bit behind the Void. EY goes in with the Carapace and he's like, yeah, I'll save you, Wind Ranger. Little does he know the Batrider has BKB, so it just doesn't matter. So all of a sudden, this big counter in the Nyx to the Batrider just isn't there anymore.
So,
Radiant's bottom tower
6K lead. It's falling further and further behind. Do we see Erica pull it back for his team? He needs like a little bit more support, right?
Yeah, but who's offering it to him?
Yeah. True. Vendetta once again.
You can see the Nyx wants to find openings with the Vendetta, right? But look at EHOME, they're all just within touching distance of each other. And the way these fights are going at the moment, I think if you allow EHOME to set up their ranks and get ready before a fight starts, I think it's really difficult to break them down. So they need to try and find a way of like initiating on Vici and take them by surprise. Because you have great ways of doing that with Shackle, with Vendetta, with Gobble Up Spit Out. Like this Morphling can blow people up with the E-Blade that he now has as well. But yeah, EHOME, it feels like they're the ones dictating when every single fight is happening at the moment.
Lasso. Out onto the Nyx Assassin. Fissure, Totem, and dead. DY. Dead for now the 10th time. He is 0-10-7.
X-Nova has a gem. Shock. Gives it to Chalice on the Batrider. Now they have all the map control in the world.
Shadow Blade for the Earthshaker. Going up to tier 2, Nether Blast being thrown. Morphling now going into the BKB after that E-Blade. So Mask of Madness Lincoln's E-Blade.
They want to try and fight this on Vici, but they're fighting into a ward.
This is a problem, and they go after ult 11. Gobble up, spit out, stuns up 2, stops the Death Ward, get the kill on ult 11. BKB's been popped by SCC, they get the kill on X Nova, they drop down the Chrono on 2 of these heroes. They get the Nyx Assassin as well as the Morphling. Echo Slam, Shackle out, PYW shackles the Batrider to this Void. Now they've got the follow-up Meteor Hammer. Down goes SCC, PYW, holding that fight together.
Amazing spell use by Radiant side, and it might not be over yet as well. They're still going to look to chase her. Can they find anybody else? Buyback from XM as well. That's so costly. It was the fact that the Morphling got strength attribute shift off before he got hit by the Chrono. So they just couldn't kill him in the Chrono duration. Like, they have no Vessel or anything, right? So very difficult kill to find. And then, like you say, all of a sudden this 2-man shackle comes through. And it just sets up everything. Honestly, all spell usage of that fight from Vici, and you have to remember they were playing into a ward the whole time as well.
Wing Dagger next for PYW. I think PYW is like one of the only 4 win runners that we see not focused always on the MKB.
Or like ever.
Yeah.
Oh, Batrider.
Gobble up, spit out. Now they've got the damage to kill off Chalice. All of a sudden, this game goes from 7k to, well, 2k. Really, basically even.
Because that's the gem, and there's a blink on Wind Ranger now as well.
Oh god. Who's holding the gem at the moment? Nyx. More of a destruction for the Void.
Dire's top tower has fallen.
This is getting difficult for EHOME. All of a sudden, the game's just back even.
Yeah, it's 50-50 now.
The ones are sweating even less than they were before.
Two's nervously shaking. Their fists clenched in fury. I see you twos. Telescope for the Radiant side, really good. I don't know who, if they, yeah, they gave it to PYW. Okay. They need to echo this Morphling in fights before he gets attribute shift off. And he does he have his BKB yet? No, he's really close, about 1,000 gold. So when that BKB comes out, it's all going to be Echo Slam versus BKB, I think.
Mm-hmm.
Dire's middle tower is under attack.
Who can get the jump? Who has the quicker fingers?
Dusted. And Spike Carapace not going to do anything for him.
Okay, so at least he doesn't give away the gem. I don't know who's taking it. Is it in the base? Yeah, it is. I think he just put it on his courier, maybe.
Radiant
Giving DY a gem in any game is probably a mistake. Let's be real. This guy does not survive many fights. Actually, that's not true. When he played Omni Knight, he was surviving quite a lot.
Void's got nothing queued up just yet. Ranavitos, now the silence, the gobble up, spit out! Oh! Blow up SCC again, he commits the buyback, down goes Chalice, he's got buyback too. He just got destroyed and didn't commit the BKB on that. Maybe he wasn't expecting the follow-up from the Blood Right, but you know that they've got just this long-range follow-up.
Poor Chalice.
He is 7-3-11. He's had a solid game thus far, but still a struggle. And now, Shackle, Dust, James, waveform forward with the E-Blade and Meteor Hammer, giving the kill over to PYW.
Now that's going to be a Roche for Vici. They're going to have to buy back here on the Shaker if they don't want that to happen. Edge James is going to feel forced. I really don't think you want to give this away.
Dire's middle tower.
Wow, they're just going to give it the Morph the Aegis.
Eesh. That is...
I can't believe it. When you're playing a Void lineup and you're just giving away an Aegis for free like this.
Especially if
I
you
really
buy
don't
back on
understand.
the Void, like... That seems...
Yeah.
Like, what did you get out of this buyback? I truthfully don't know what you got out of this buyback. Dust and the lasso, so they'll catch DY again, but Maldic does his job. All right.
But is the DY kill enough to, you know, get over these last few events that have happened, right? It's just DY on the Knicks. It's not a massive deal.
It's not much. No offense, DY.
Wait, PYW, yeah, no offense to DY, sorry. We didn't mean it. Just a joke.
Double +2 on the cast bounces. Earthshaker going into the Yules. X-Nova. Sad that he lost his gem. Pugna now going Dagon 5.
Dude, X-Nova buys gem every game. He'll have lost it before. He doesn't get upset.
Just the minor setback.
Well, they don't deward the ward on the high ground, though, so
Fissure.
you know where they are.
And Old 11, he's getting chased, but the Mortimer's Kiss is coming through. That'll deter them from moving forward. 5-snap cookie as well as the Rupture now with the Blood Ray. Chalice pops the BKB. And the Lotus Orb. Oh boy, that's going to keep Old 11 alive. As Triple C with the BKB as well as the BKB being popped by Erica. They look over at X-Nova. They've got the Adaptive Strike and the right clicks coming out from PYW as well as Erica to get the kill. They're starting to retreat, but DY's got the vision. Time dilation stops the impale. And I think that might save their lives.
Yeah, I think it did. I love how the Void goes in, and he's like, do I want to credit the Morphling here? Oh wait, I don't have buyback and he has Aegis. So, probably not a good idea.
So the answer is no.
And he just runs away straight away.
What is this?
I would hate to see Chalice's net worth progression right now over the last, like, 5 to 10 minutes.
Yeah.
Because we talked about how do you remember when they were pushing that bot tier 2? He had like 10k net worth. He's now got 11.4.
Tower has fallen.
That was a long time ago.
He hasn't even used buyback, I don't think, at that time, right? Can't remember. That was an interesting ward spot. I don't know if you saw that. You know where the... I'm gonna look at Observer camera because to see if they get it. Did you see where they just dewarded Observer? I don't know if they did. It's pretty hard to see. There's a cliff, you know, next to the small camp, next to the mid lane. Oh, hang on, Rupture. Never mind, I'll shut up.
BKB TP Chalice is out.
You see this small camp next to the mid lane on Dire's side, right? They just dewarded on the cliff because they cut down a tree. Oh, hang on. Let's triple C.
Yeah, playing with no buyback is pretty scary for the next 3.5 minutes.
I'm really sad I can't get my warding talk out because they're all fighting.
Meanwhile, James, he's invis, impale missing, and James would love to land an Echo Slam of the Century. Feels like the Echo Slam hasn't exactly been there for him on all these heroes, but he's used it when necessary to get a couple of kills. We've seen it on Old 11, we've seen it over mid to kill off Erica. We haven't seen that big Echo Slam yet, though.
No, but he has been Echo Slamming like key targets though in fights, which I think is, you know, equally as fine. It's about Echo Slamming the right people, not more people. I guess more people would be right. But...
Power shot, and
he has gem.
Yeah, he's got the gem. God, James just getting blown up. And there's another gem for X-Nova.
He got one coming out. Was he giving it to Chalice? Yeah, he has. This gem makes more sense to me, because I think if EHOME take one bad fight here, especially into the Aegis, I think the game's going to be really hard for them. It's going to go down in 40 seconds.
Oh, X-Nova.
He puts a sentry down.
But here comes PYW, Shackle, Impale, Bloodright with the Rod of Atos, no chance.
That's when that sentry goes down. It was at that moment that X-Nova knew. He messed up. He just sees the Knicks straight away. It's like, oh. Okay.
I guess I'm dead.
I guess I'm gonna die. Morphling's about to hit level 25 as well, so I assume he goes 2 waveform charges. It's going to be...
He just expires, and 2 waveform charges.
So it might actually be possible for EHOME to take a fight now that the Aegis is down, because they can Chrono the Morphling and blow him up. And Morph, buybacks off cooldown in 1 minute 30. Where's an Aeon disc though on the Bloodseeker? Oh, he actually has it, he just hasn't combined it yet. Okay. Doesn't want it to get used like for no reason. It's like when you hold the skill point in the Wraith King ult. Ooh, spell prison.
So there's the smoke. They'll start to push out. They'll start to move forward. Placing some vision down, and we'll see if they can find Erica. They see him bottom, so there's their focus. Oh, DY. This is a Shadow Blade for James. Just needs to find Erica, find that vision. There's the smoke, the Echo Slam to start off. Now they've got the fissure. With Chalice coming over, they'll hit the lasso. Do they have the damage? It looks like they do with the life drain from XM. It's enough to get the kill on Erica, and he does not have buyback. Wow. 93 seconds he's going to be dead for. He is way short of buyback.
Great play by EHOME. They just ignore the Nyx completely, and they're like, we know who we want. We want the Morph. We know the Aegis is down now. We timed it correctly. But PYW, look at the same time, he's just instantly pushing in bot lane.
Times this Meteor Hammer pretty well.
And so it's going to be really difficult for EHOME to get this kill and then move it into something else, right? To get objectives here.
Still. Gobble up, spin out, now in trouble. Oh boy.
No way.
That is a dirty combo, and they really don't have much to follow this up. The Chrono is dead with the Void. They're going to look over as they've got the stun on a Chalice. The silence hits on a 2, the Rupture onto the Bat Rider. The right clicks come through to finish off the Witch Doctor. They'll Scatter Blast and right click. PYW with a triple kill, taking out X-Nova, Chalice, and James. That is gem number 2 gone.
That was insane. The fact that they even wanted to consider going in there with the Morph's dead, it felt like they were so safe, right? Because there was no tower push coming in or anything. But they go for the play anyway. Like, Ori had no buyback or anything there, right? Like, Morph couldn't get to the fight. So if it goes badly there, they probably, you know, lose a set of racks. But they trust themselves completely.
XM just TPing away.
Wow.
No Void for 60 seconds. He's short buyback. Morph is up now. And they are pushing in. They are on the right side of the river.
I mean, that combo is just insane. Like, they're doing it again.
Gobble up, spit out, blink away from XM. Heard the artillery come down, and, well, he didn't want to be under it.
So, mana burn is 5 times the thing. Pugness has 133 mana. Yeah, that's a lot of damage.
Life Drain, Lotus Orb going for the tier 3 over mid. They've got Void in 30. Cask Lands doesn't bounce. They'll get the tier 3. They look at the melee racks. This should be at least a set of racks. Ori, meanwhile.
Yeah,
got Deso. Let's go. And he's got the Little Shredder uses your attack damage.
What can I say? Nature loves me.
Yeah, I like the Deso though, because we've seen them go MKB and stuff, but I think this game, especially when your Morph's gone so hard on like right-click damage and things, or is hard on right-click damage, you want to be able to kill the Void in like the really short duration before he gets Time Walk off. So Deso helps amp up the damage from the Morphling massively, which is really good. And it helps them take buildings, obviously, as well, which is always nice.
Yeah.
They're going to smoke up the EHOME, but I think Vici will read this, and they should know this is coming, because this is almost... It's not a desperation smoke from EHOME, but... Oh, did they see it with the ward, actually, potentially? It almost feels like they're baiting this on Vici.
Oh, Spike Carapace, stun on a 2, but the Spike Carapace does work. They've got the Impale as well, so the Moonrunners kisses out of the Chalice. They get the kill into the Bat Runner. They look over as Erica goes to the backlines looking for XM. They get the kill into the Pugna as well as this Witch Doctor. Chrono committed the damage from Ori. The Fire Snap cookie on the edge. Oh, SCCC. All he gets is PYW, but the chase is on. Oh, God, the Gobble Up, the Spit Out. It's on the target. Down goes SCCC.
No buyback.
No buyback. Short 600 gold.
Both to see if it's up, but because it's not, they're going to try and, well, what they think is force the buyback. on the Void. They're probably going to realize very quickly that he doesn't have it, and we'll see what they can do to punish that.
Dire are scanning.
I mean, SWC tried to turn up to that fight to use Chrono, but by the time he did, there was like 3 heroes dead. There was a really great Lotus Orb at the start of that fight from the Bloodseeker that reflected the cask from the Witch Doctor. So it meant the Bat Rider was just permanently stunned up with the reflected cask, like bouncing between the big creep camps that had like moved out. So really well played by Old 11. And like we said, it felt like they baited that fight massively because they knew the smoke was coming.
Bottom tier 3 goes down. James waiting in the wing. He's got Echo Slam level 3 available. Gobble up, spit out, misses. And they've got Void in 34, but they will concede both mid and bottom set of racks. With creeps pushing in on top.
You need to,
double catapult.
You need to go and take third Roche. It's a big thing. Is it third? I think it's third Roche.
It'll come with Aegis, Cheese, Refresher, Shard.
Yeah, so like Vici have to take this, not only for themselves, but imagine if that Void got Refresher, right? Like, and EHOME have to get over to the pit right now. If they give away this Aegis, I think they lose the game, like straight up. As if, you know, they're not already really far behind, but...
Void can't TP into the outpost, so it'll be some time till he's there.
Vici aren't forcing it straight away.
Yeah.
If you're Vici, though, you just let the lane start pushing in because you have the Rax advantage. Until people start showing... Yeah, until people start showing up on the map, there's no reason for them to force a fight. Like, when they have the advantage with the lanes pushing in.
Backtrack now for the Void. We'll see if that's enough. Timeless Relic, Ninja Gear. He'll find both.
It's a really good Timeless Relic game on either the Bat Rider or the Pugner. They give it to Chalice on the Bat, but...
Almost has the level 5 Dagon. Creeps pushing in mid, creeps pushing in bottom. At some point, EHOME are going to have to be aware of this. Good positioning from X Nova. They'll spot Old 11. Now the power shot comes in. Gobble up. And the spit out. Doesn't land, but they've got the lasso. Chalice getting hit up very hard by the Little Shredder. They've got the Chronosphere down onto Erica. Erica, he's morphing into the strength before that Chrono came down with the Mortimer's Kisses hitting down onto Chalice. They get the kill onto James as well as Chalice dying. They'll buy back on 2. Now they've taken to the Witch Doctor. Buybacks on 3. We'll go over SCCC. He falls, doesn't have buyback. There's the Echo Slam, but is it enough? They get the kill there on Old 11. They take on Erica with the Dagon. They've got buyback on both those heroes. They'll use both buybacks. Now they focus their attention on the DY. Ori blinks back. Buyback on 3. Life drain out. Ori in some trouble. Body box coming in from Chalice with the Firefly. Blood right down. Lotus Orb keeping Ori alive. Now they've got the Fire Snap Cookie that stuns up the Witch Doctor for the Flame Break from Chalice. Gets the kill on Ori. They'll take out X Nova for the second time. And the buybacks have been committed from both sides.
James?
Now, Gobble up, spit out. James in trouble. He's dead. Second time gone. 110 seconds
they're
on the
picking out the throne. They want the throne. They don't even want the Roche. They know that this Void didn't buy back before, so he probably still doesn't have it.
Oh, he just gets.
And they want to end the game.
He doesn't have.
Oh, he just gets the buyback now.
Dire's structures are fortified.
Glyph. They back away from this.
Dire's middle tower is under attack.
He has to buy back, right? Like,
They'll buy back. Do they retreat? They've got the lasso, and now BKB's been popped. Gobble up, spit out. The damage out on the Chalice. He's trying to run away, but Erica, he's just too strong. They look over at SCCC. They get the kill on the Chalice. He's dead for 120 seconds. And they'll call GG on EHOME. Vici with the reverse sweep over EHOME will get them into the lower bracket final and live another day.
Yeah, I mean, that was a crazy good game. That was... What a great series overall, actually, as well. Because I feel like we've had a lot of 2-0s and a lot of like 2-0 stomps as well so far this tournament. But there was a lot of back and forth in all 3 of these games. Like this game 3 especially, EHOME were like 8k up at one point, right? They were doing really well. Then all of a sudden, Vici come back with like 2 insanely good fights in a row where they get this spit out combo. And I think the biggest one for me, the one that really turned the game, was up in that Radiant top jungle towards the end. Where they managed to kill the Bat Rider with the reflected cask, like with the bait play in by Vici. That felt like that was the final nail in the coffin, right? But yeah, I mean, this Snapfire Nyx combo felt really strong this game.
Deadly. It is very deadly.
I think it's really hard to criticize EHOME this game. Because, yes, maybe they like made some mistakes and things, but I think Vici, they came back into this game by like playing well themselves. like both teams were trying to like do everything they could to win fights, obviously, but like I think Vici made some really cool plays, and like they weren't afraid. Like even when that